Hey, I'm Kat Chaos.
And I'm Liz Gomez, also known as Hazy.
And you're listening to Scary Encounters with HazyChaos,
a podcast where we talk to some of our favorite bands and artists
as they share scary encounters they've experienced and live to tell. This episode of Scary Encounters is brought to you by
Anchor, podcasting made easy. Anchor.fm.
Mortis Vivendi, the last authentic music brand dedicated to helping musicians and promoting music. MortisVivendi.com.
HJ Tidy, Night Terror Publishing. Step into the bizarre world of HJ Tidy, who is committed to introducing his readers to some of the most unusual, darker variety of true stories. NightTerrorPub.com.
Sayasha Gianna, cosmic shaman, psychic medium, multi-dimensional healer, animal whisperer, teacher of empaths, healers, and starseeds. Are your encounters hitting too close to home? Contact Sayasha Gianna. Patreon.com/Sayasha.
Voided, spooky artist who offers hand-painted, one-of-a-kind items, spooky pins, prints, stickers, and more. Lost in a void of what is dead. Voided.com.
Hi, I'm Victoria Venin, and you're listening to Scary Encounters with HazyChaos.
All right, so today we are sitting with Victoria Venin.
Hi.
Yes. Ooh, we got a little band here.
I know.
Oh my goodness, we've never had them here. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Of course. How are you? You look lovely.
Thank you. I'm doing good. I'm doing really good.
Yeah?
Awesome.
Good.
I see you brought Mr. RockIt.
Hi.
Everyone knows who Danny RockIt is.
That's right.
Right? Club RockIt.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's been there at least once.
I've danced my ass off so hard
I
at
have
that
too.
spot.
I
Same.
have with you.
Right.
Who hasn't? So it's crazy how we're here right now because we hung out this past weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And in the morning, we woke up and we were like thinking of who to have on the show, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we thought of you. We thought of both of you. And we were like, oh, we should hit them up. And we were like, oh, we'll do it tomorrow. Then we went out, and who do we see fucking at Rad Coffee taking pictures? It was you. And I was like, hey, Liz, isn't that her?
I was like, oh, yeah.
Because we've never met you before.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, it's Danny, too.
And it's Danny, yeah. And it's just crazy how, like, we totally manifested it without even trying.
It's funny how the universe works.
I know.
Right? Yeah, and you were all for it right away.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you're all into this shit, right?
Definitely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Before we get into the scary shit, though, who are you? What do you do? What's going on? What industry are you in?
Well, my name is Victoria Venin, and I model. I help Danny promote for Club RockIt. I model for the brand KreepsVille. I model for Elvira. Freelance model, like brands reach out to me. We'll send you like some of our merch, pay you to wear our stuff like that. So it's really fun to do.
That's amazing.
You're really good at it.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. I followed both of you. I think your style is amazing.
Thank you.
And I love the different outfits you always have on, all the cool poses and locations you're at. Actually, one of the things that really caught my eye was that you dressed up as the Black Cat.
Yeah.
Like a cosplay. Here I
That
go.
would get you.
I know,
Here she
nerd.
goes. Every episode.
I love Black Cat.
Me too.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You know.
Dang.
I keep trying to tell Kat to dress up as
Poison Ivy?
yes.
Because of my hair.
I love Poison Ivy.
Yes.
Who else?
And Mary Jane because of the red
Mary
hair.
Jane. Who else? Penguin.
Shut up.
No.
Stop it.
That's who I want to be. Like a cute one, though. I
I'm
feel
gonna hit
like
you.
with a cute top hat.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that would actually be really cute.
Right? Wouldn't that be dope? I feel like I can make it cute.
That's a super cute idea.
You should do it.
I always wanted to be Catwoman, but like the Tim Burton Catwoman.
Yes.
I always wanted to
It's the
do
best one.
I remember when I was like 10, I think I was like 11 years old or 12, and I dressed up as the Halle Berry Catwoman.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Nice.
And
you
that-
have to be the Michelle Pfeiffer one.
I know, I do.
Classic.
Like
I do.
ASAP.
She's my favorite for sure.
And Danny could be Batman.
Yeah.
Whoa. There's only one Batman.
Uh-oh, you?
And that's me.
Oh, shit.
Who's your favorite Batman?
Ooh.
Favorite Batman? Michael Keaton. For
Really?
sure. Yeah.
Michael Keaton. Yeah. I
Who's
love him.
yours?
I like all of them. Michael Keaton, because you know, like he's Michael Keaton, like Beetlejuice and all that.
Yeah.
But honestly, I really enjoyed the Christian Bale
Oh, yeah.
ones.
Yeah.
He was good.
Mm-hmm.
Question.
Not a fan of the voice though.
Yeah.
Those were modernized. Like they were done very well. I think I just love the darkness behind Tim Burton.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
But like also he has a great chin for Batman.
Yeah.
You know,
the little butt chin.
Yeah.
Well, you're having a good time, huh?
It's the best episode already.
It's the best episode of all 4 seasons, huh? Question: who's your favorite Joker?
I love all of them. I don't know, probably Heath Ledger.
Yes.
Because, you know, that's who I grew up with.
Yeah.
Like, that's who I remember. That's, like, my most vivid memory of, like, a Joker. Because, obviously, like, the Tim Burton one came out before I was even born. So, I remember, I think, like, the Dark Knight came out when I was around, like, I don't even think I was in high school yet. Or, like,
Really?
barely in high school, maybe.
Girl, rub it in.
I know, sorry. But I remember watching it and I just fell in love with him, and like I was there for like the whole like Joker era. You know, everyone was. My brother was him for Halloween.
Yeah.
Like when you walk into like a Hot Topic or Spencer's, that's just all you saw.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, and like I really loved him. I really loved the way Heath Ledger like embodied him and everything. Like Jack Nicholson was amazing.
Yeah.
But I guess I could really relate to the Heath Ledger one a little bit more. But then I remember I saw the Joker movie with Joaquin Phoenix.
Yes.
And that one like blew me away.
Right.
Blew me away. I think that was like the first movie we ever watched together. Like on our first date.
Really?
Yeah.
You romantic fuck.
I know. It was that one. It was that one in Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh, did you like that?
I love that one.
It was good.
One.
He did a really good job.
I know. He deserved that Oscar.
He did.
And so did Joaquin Phoenix.
Definitely.
As soon as I remember I remember seeing a preview for the Joker movie with Joaquin Phoenix, and there was a comment saying, legend has it Joaquin Phoenix is already practicing his Oscar speech.
No shit.
And
right?
that's how I knew. I already knew he was going to win it. Yeah. Like as soon as I saw the trailer. So it was cool. It was cool when he actually did.
But he did an amazing job.
He did.
Yeah, and I like how they touched the mental health stuff a lot.
It was so real.
That's what it was about. And Liz has mentioned this before, and how we never knew why he always, he's called the Joker, but why are you always laughing when you're getting your ass kicked? And they explained why, and it was just, it was just super deep.
It was so real.
It was.
Like, I love the Heath Ledger Joker.
Yeah.
For sure, hands down. Because it showed it more from like an animated, like brought to life, but the Joaquin Phoenix Joker, it's more of a like real life situation.
It's like the harsh reality.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like behind all like the makeup and like the like you're the Joker, like you're amazing, like the comics and all that. It's like you really get into like why he's like that.
Do you watch any of the animated stuff?
When I grew up, we would watch like the Batman series, my brother and I, on Cartoon Network. I remember like watching, I think the first ever episode with Harley Quinn, and like right away falling in love with her.
Yeah.
And the Catwoman like as well and everything. That's what really like got me into Batman, I guess, like watching it. I mean, I had to watch it with my brother because then like Powerpuff Girls would come off right after. So it's like,
that's
okay, like,
too.
Yeah. Who's your favorite Powerpuff Girl?
Blossom.
Really?
Yeah, I love Blossom.
Okay. I like Buttercup, obviously.
Me
She's
too.
the bitch.
Yeah.
I like the bitches,
I like.
Well, thank you.
I love Blossom because I like pink.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She, like any character who was like the pink one was always my favorite. But I like all three of them.
Yeah.
I mean, like
in their own way, right?
Yeah, in their own way.
Okay.
I love Mojo Jojo.
I love him. I like him.
Right?
Him.
Yeah,
you're
him.
right.
Look at you.
I know.
You know what's up, huh?
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Did we just go to the 90s?
I'm
Cartoon
excited.
Network?
Dude, this is my shit.
Yes. Batman Beyond,
Oh, yeah.
right?
That's what she was. Yeah. So you like 90s cartoons?
I love 90s cartoons. Sailor Moon.
Oh, fuck.
Okay.
Like, how can you not?
Have you ever dressed up as like a goth Sailor Moon?
That'd be dope.
Because if you haven't.
I think like, well, I would think like the goth one. I always did want to be Sailor Moon.
Yeah.
It's just, I just never got around to doing it. I'll probably do it this year.
Yeah.
But the goth one,
Just like a, a goth version. Who is, I don't know.
I
Is
feel
there
like-
already one?
well, like there's like Sailor Pluto. She's like kind of like darker looking, or Sailor Saturn, and then like Chibiusa. But like when she like gets like possessed by like a dark entity, and she becomes like an older Chibiusa, but she's like all dressed in black.
That's
She's like
the one.
dark
Damn,
one.
you're schooling me right
That's
now.
the one.
Yes, no, that's amazing.
Yeah.
You know your shit.
I know that was great. I was like,
I was like, wait, you can take over. You're the host.
I'm like, you know what? Maybe we should watch Sailor Moon.
Maybe we should stop right now real quick.
It's on Hulu.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Shit. I was more into Dragon Ball Z than Sailor Moon, but
okay.
But I'm down.
I would only watch Dragon Ball Z with my brother because Sailor Moon came on right after. Again.
Did you watch Pokemon too?
Oh, and I love Pokemon.
Yeah? Who's your favorite Pokemon?
Balance.
Probably when I was little, it was like Mew.
Oh, yeah.
Because like I love cats.
Yeah.
So, and she always looked like a cat to me.
Yeah. And then didn't she form into Mewtwo?
Yeah.
Mewtwo was badass.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Did you guys cry in the movie?
Yes.
Yeah,
Pokemon 2000, right? That was like that's my earliest like memory of watching, like going to the movies and watching like a movie.
Me too.
Did we just find a new best friend?
I know, right? I remember my brother took me to go see that movie, and I was trying so hard not to cry. I was like,
dude,
you know,
how can you not?
And it was funny because he remembers it like as far that I was crying.
Did he
and
cry?
Then, no, he was just.
He went home and cried.
He was too cool. He's too cool.
Nah.
And he said that all the kids were just like, Mom, like,
Yeah.
Fuck, I loved Psyduck.
Really?
The psychic one. He was woke as fuck. He was like underrated in my opinion.
You would.
He was psychic. He was cool.
Yeah, you're right.
So like, what was his power?
He read minds. He was psychic.
Really?
Yeah.
I literally never knew that.
Yeah, dude. And you know who else? Jigglypuff. I related to her a lot.
Oh, I love I always felt bad for her because she thought like nobody liked her. Nobody liked her singing.
I'm kind of like her because I like to karaoke, you know?
I was about to say.
Yeah.
I was going to say that was me, but yeah. Okay.
Anyways, wait, what is this podcast called again?
It's called...
Scary Encounters.
Oh, that's right. My bad. We're way too excited.
my favorite Pokemon was Ditto.
Ditto.
Because...
That's a little mole, right? Yeah. Like,
was it a mole?
That's what I thought it was.
A little poop coming out?
Yeah.
It could be anything I wanted. That's what I liked about it.
Dang.
It was like the
little mole.
The kid version of Mystique in X-Men. You know, she could always change into...
Ditto. Wait. Is it...
Ditto. Like...
Is that the mole?
Yeah, no. the ones that come out from the ground, right?
Nose?
Yeah,
no.
That's something else. Ditto is...
Ditto.
Like, it looks like a blob.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I know what you mean.
Who's
like
the mole one,
blob.
though? I thought so, too.
Yeah.
Actually.
I forgot. I don't know. I forgot what it's called.
It's been a minute.
Whoever's listening right now knows who the mole thing is, the little poop coming out of the ground. Please comment on this episode because we're going to look it up after. But anyway.
Definitely.
But anyway.
Charmander's dope, too.
But anyway. That's enough.
Anyways, okay, so you say you model for Elvira?
Yeah.
How is she? How is she in person?
She's super nice, honestly. She's like, I mean, she's Elvira. It's like, I don't,
right.
like, you know, like, what, like, I don't even know what to expect, like how she'll be like in person. And I remember I was waiting in the room, like, to greet her. And she came inside and, like, I was just standing there. Like, I was the first one that she saw when she walked in. And, I mean, I knew she knew of me, but I didn't expect for her to, like, really, like, acknowledge me or, like, kind of knew who I was. But she came in and she looked at me and right away she was like, I just want to let you know, like, you're doing an amazing job. Thank you. Like, your pictures look amazing. Thank you, like, for, like, you sell the merch so well. Just thank you. Like, you're going to go places. Like,
oh,
I know. I was like, thank you, ma'am. Like, I literally wanted to cry right then and there. But yeah, like, you always think about how, like, one of your favorite celebrities will be, like, how, like if you ever met them, you don't think it'll actually happen,
right?
Let alone, like, actually, like, kind in a way work for them. Like, I'll never forget it. I'll never forget that first encounter.
That's amazing.
She's amazing.
That's so cool because
the queen herself.
The queen, literally, yeah. And I
felt blessed.
Oh, you are blessed as fuck, dude.
Like, she blessed me,
right?
I'd be like, I die now.
Yeah,
I would have just been done. I'm like, okay, I'm good. I just read her book when it first came out, her most recent book, and oh my god, I just learned so much about her, and like, I had the best time. I cried, I laughed, it was just so raw. She was so, I don't know, she was so raw in it, and to hear, and I've always thought, because obviously I've always been a fan of her, like,
yeah.
And I got to tell everybody listening, we have a life-size cutout of her right here in the corner of the room. Yeah. Because I'm staring at her as I'm talking about her, that's why. No, but I've always thought, like, I wonder if she's a nice person, because when you admire people in any industry, you hope that they are, and then when you meet people and they're assholes, it's the worst feeling
I know.
ever. So to hear that she's so sweet, oh, thank God, right?
Yeah.
Thank God.
I know. Especially I've dealt with that before, like meeting people like when I was younger and I would go to Warped Tour all the time.
Oh yes.
And there's certain band members, like most of them are nice, like super nice, but then there's certain bands that like you're in line to get an autograph or whatever,
They're
or
assholes.
like and like not that they're not like straight out mean, but they're kind of like you can tell they don't want to be there.
Yeah. Warped Tour, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what? So while you guys were probably at Warped Tour, Danny and I were probably at a Depeche Mode show
Yeah.
or Morrissey show.
Definitely.
Maybe.
You know.
Maybe.
Yeah.
It sounds about right.
Yeah.
Put his mic on just in case he needs to talk.
He's saying no, like no.
All of a sudden he has to go to the restroom. I'm just kidding. No. But
Actually,
hey,
well, real quick, I just want to give Danny a shout out because
yes.
I do remember leaving some of those shows, like Morrissey shows and all those, like, you know, different ones, Depeche Mode, and seeing you outside with your RockIt flyers. And I'm like, you know, I'm going to be
hell
there.
Yeah. Dang, Danny, you did the. Put his mic on real quick. Come on, real quick, dude. You did the paper flyers. You used to pass them out. Mm-hmm. That's when you know you're a bad bitch, because you know what?
He is.
People nowadays, the youngins nowadays, you know, because we still do the paper flyers too. We do both, but it's always good to go old school and print out some flyers, go to events, go to venues and pass them out like that. Like at Warped Tour,
Definitely.
you know, when you're walking back to your car and everybody's just passing them out. I never turn down a flyer because that shit takes dedication.
I know.
That shit takes commitment. And to hear that, Dan, I never knew that about you. So that's dope.
It's cool to see you come a long way, even like all the different venues you've had. Like, dude, you're doing it big. Good for you.
Definitely. Like I feel like that's what really made me like fall in love with him so much, is because he's such like a hardworking, dedicated person.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever met someone so dedicated to like what they do, especially like meeting like not to put down anyone else, but meeting like a lot of other like the promoters and people in the scene, and I don't see anyone being dedicated to stand outside at every single show that we go to, every single club event, like stay up, like spend like money on flyers and all that, like to like really push his club.
Yeah.
And because like you said, it's right, like a lot of people aren't willing to like actually stand outside for like hours and like go to all these places and actually talk to people, because then like these days you think like, oh, I can just post something and people will come. And it's like, no, like maybe it'll work, but like it makes a huge difference to go out there and meet people, pass out flyers, like shake hands, make connections, like actually like speak and acknowledge the people that you want to show up to your club.
Yeah,
exactly. That's why every single person that I say hi to or like that walk into our club, I always say, thank you for being here. We appreciate you. Because, you know, like who doesn't like to feel appreciated?
Hell yeah.
Totally.
And it's like,
it's a community.
I know it is like, and like I can't just like sit down at my table and like kind of be like no, like I'm too shy or I can't like no, like you can't act like that, because then like because first impressions really do matter. They do. And because like I've been to other clubs, or I've been and like I don't see the promoter like shaking hands, I don't see him like greeting people or like whoever.
He's so cool.
And like to me it's like, that's why I really do love Danny. He's like super humble, super down to earth, and it's like and I feel like that's so rare to find these days.
It is.
You're right.
And it's so dope hearing you speak like this, because people in this generation, they don't understand like the commitment and shit that you have to put into all this shit. You know, like it's crazy. So I'm glad you guys found each other. That's amazing.
You guys are super cute
You
together.
guys are fucking super cute together.
Yeah.
Extremely.
Are you kidding?
No, but congratulations, you guys. You guys have something really cool going on, and
thank you.
You are obviously very successful. Danny, you're successful.
It's cool to see two hustlers together.
It is.
Definitely. No, and like I owe a lot of my success to him. Like, I mean, like I worked for it myself, but I feel like we both helped each other like really like elevate and take our brand to the next level.
Yeah.
That's good.
Thank you so much.
My heart feels all fucking mushy and
I'm all
shit.
warm.
I'm not supposed to feel all mushy and warm. I'm supposed to feel like
the vodka. No.
maybe.
I'm gonna pause real quick and get a refill.
So Victoria, we sent you some questions that we've been asking everybody since season 2. But before I get into that, I just want to applaud you, because earlier I said that it sucks when you admire somebody and see somebody on social media and then you meet them and they're assholes. You're the sweetest fucking person.
Thank you. That means a lot to me.
I'm being very genuine right now. You're beautiful. Your style is fucking perfect. Everything's perfect about you.
You're easy to talk to.
You're easy to talk to.
You.
You're goofy. You're funny. You're nerdy.
You have good taste in cartoons.
Yeah. And music, a little emo girl over here. No, but I just wanted to applaud you for that and give you props for that, because a lot of people, you can't say that about everybody,
Thank you. No, yeah, like, I get that a lot. Like, when I meet people, they always expect me, like, to act a certain way, or they expect me to be a certain way. Like I'll go up to them and I'll shake their hands. I'll say hi, and, like, I can see it in their face. They're kind of, like, apprehensive at first. They're kind of, like, standoffish. Like, they don't really know how to, like, approach me. But then when I start talking to them, I can see it in their face. Like, their opinion of me starts to change. Like, they're like, oh, okay, like, she's not a bitch. Like, she's not full of herself. Like, she's actually really nice.
Down to earth.
And and I feel like, because I feel like, because a lot of people know me from, like, my modeling and, like, my pictures on Instagram and everything. And I feel like right away, like, seeing someone's pictures, I feel like they already, like, form an opinion of you.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's kind of like judging a book by its cover.
Mm-hmm.
But then, like, when you actually get to meet them, that's why I like to keep an open mind about everybody. Because, like, I know what it is to, like, be judged, like right off the bat. But thank you. Like, that really means a lot to me.
Well, thank you for giving us a chance to.
Of course.
So anywho, we asked you the 2 questions that we ask every guest since season 2. We are in season 4 now. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. Question number 1. If you can bring back any celebrity from the dead, who would you choose and why?
So, okay, like, it always, like, changes. Depends, like, what music I'm listening to at the moment, or, like, what I'm feeling. Right now, it would probably have to be Kurt Cobain. Just because I just finished watching, like, Soaked in Bleach, and I've been listening to a lot of his music lately. I mean, I've always been a Nirvana fan for, like, ever since I was, like, younger. But definitely Kurt Cobain. Then I'll listen to Queen, and I'll be like, oh, I wish I could have seen Freddie Mercury.
Yeah.
And then, like, you're at Club RockIt, and then, like, Billie Jean from Michael Jackson comes on. You're like, oh, like, I wish I could have seen Michael Jackson. I wish he was still alive. Or Amy Winehouse.
Right?
A lot of good ones, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Girl.
And then the emo side of me is like, no, I really want the universe to bring back Lil Peep.
Oh shit!
I want to go to the Lil Peep concert.
I didn't see that coming.
I didn't either. Actually,
I did not see that coming. You are a Lil Peep fan, right?
I love Lil Peep.
Oh, you know what? It's crazy because my niece, she just turned 18, and she is a huge Lil Peep fan, like huge. And when she first got into him, I didn't really get it, because I'm more of an old school, underground 90s rapper kind of girl. Like, I like old school stuff.
Yeah.
And she's a new stuff, and I'm like, okay, like, but I still let her listen to it when we're together, and I'm like, fuck, okay, cool, like, he's cool. But dude, when I watched his documentary,
I know,
that was so good.
I was like, oh my god, I get it.
Yeah.
Okay. And if anybody listening right now is anti Lil Peep, I highly recommend that you watch his documentary to get a more a better understanding of his life and his personality.
You know what? That's what did it for me. I watched the documentary after hearing you talk about it.
Yeah, dude. I didn't get it. I was never anti him, but I just didn't understand.
Same.
No,
and I was, because I'm very understanding and I'm very open with everything. Because my niece is my everything. Like, if she likes it, I'm like, okay, cool, like, I'm down. But I just didn't get it. And she's like, please watch this. So I watched it, and I'm like, okay, I get it now. And my mom and her mom, which is my sister, they were kind of anti him because of everything he was into and everything he,
I know.
And so I told them, I said, you guys need to watch this. And they were in tears, like, at the end of it. And they understood too now.
Yeah, I cried too.
So we all understand it now. And it's like you said earlier, judging a book by its cover.
Definitely.
And rest in peace, Lil Peep. It was such a good documentary.
It really was.
I didn't expect you to say that, but I'm happy you did.
Thank you.
Yes. We've never heard that on this podcast.
Never.
So it's good to hear.
That was great.
Thank you.
That was great. What would you, the first one you said was Kurt Cobain.
Yeah.
What would you do with him? I mean, you have a whole day with him. What would you do? Hang out? What would you do?
I'd probably ask him just honestly, I'd probably ask, like, can you play Can you sing to me like The Man Who Sold the World?
Oh,
I just need to hear it one more time before you go back. Like,
That's a good one.
yeah. I don't know. I'd probably like take selfies with him, definitely, for my Instagram.
Marketing, baby.
I know.
That's good. I like it.
you're a smart girl. Okay. So
That was real. I love it.
I love you. You're so cool. Next one you said was Freddie Mercury. What would you do with him? Same thing?
Same thing.
Selfies.
I'd probably want him to sing probably Radio Gaga.
Ooh.
That's my favorite Queen song.
Okay.
I know.
That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And Lil Peep, what would you want to do with him?
Probably go to Disneyland. I feel like he would really like Disneyland.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cute.
I know.
That's such a good answer.
You're so cute. I have such a
Lex
soft-
is probably like, can I come too?
Dude, I'm about to tag her in this. Shout out to my niece, Alexis. I think the 4 of us should go.
I'm down. I'm totally down.
Did you guys know that there's actually, well, I'm sure you know, a bunch of like scary stories or
Yes.
ghost stories?
That place is so fucking haunted.
We need to do an episode on that soon,
Dude,
right?
so yeah, I think next season we're gonna do a haunted Disney episode.
Hey,
for
we should get a
sure.
room there and...
I think we need to.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe you can be a like special guest or something because you work there, you know?
I'll totally come.
Right?
Yes.
I'll totally come.
I think we're gonna have a Disney episode in season 5.
We should save that.
Okay,
for
we'll
that.
save it.
Yeah.
But
How about we go on to question number 2?
let's go.
All right, question number 2. If you were on death row or on your deathbed, what would you choose as your last meal?
Sushi.
Sushi.
Definitely sushi.
Details, baby. Come on.
Probably like, I don't know. Like, honestly, like, I love all kinds of rolls. Like,
Long ass and everything.
yeah.
What kind of rolls? What kind of sushi?
What kind of fish?
I love all kinds of sushi. Like, okay, so like California rolls, caterpillar rolls, dragon rolls. I got really into lobster rolls.
Wow.
They're like a lot more pricey because it's lobster, but they're so good though.
Okay.
Hawaiian rolls, but I actually really like just like the plain rice with like the tuna and salmon on it.
Okay.
Oh wow.
I really like those.
Okay.
I love sushi. I love all kinds of sushi.
So one of each.
yeah,
Okay. Or 2 of each, maybe.
and then like some McDonald's on the side.
Oh shit.
That's a good...
Shut up. You do not look like that eating McDonald's.
No
McDonald's.
way.
Shut the fuck
What?
up.
I love McDonald's.
What the fuck do you eat at McDonald's?
I eat everything at McDonald's. I love Big Macs, cheeseburgers, McNuggets, fries. I like getting M&M McFlurries and dipping my fries in the M&M McFlurries.
That sounds fun.
We are so annoyed right now because why do you look like that if you eat McDonald's?
I'm on the wrong diet. This whole time I'm trying to do keto. I should
We're
probably
on the wrong diet.
Mick keto.
What the fuck? Dude, secrets revealed
I know.
on
That was actually
Scary
gonna be one of my
Encounters
questions.
with HazyChaos. So, we recently posted about sleep paralysis.
Right.
We posted about it and we posted what it is and how it feels or whatever. And if anybody has ever experienced it, please DM us and let us know your stories.
Mhm.
And the reason why is because you, Victoria, you've experienced it, correct?
Yeah, it was a long time ago when I was like a lot younger. I was still like living in San Diego. But yeah, I remember I woke up, but I wasn't like fully. It's like when you're awake, but you're not awake.
Yeah.
Like you're still dreaming, but you know that you're dreaming. Like,
You're like in the middle of a dream state and reality.
definitely, it's like when like you're ready to wake up, but you can't wake up yet. I remember like feeling like a pain in my leg, like if like something's pulling me. And I remember like kind of like looking up at the end of my bed, and I saw like a black figure at the end of my bed. And what really like freaks me out is that this didn't happen at night. It happened like it was already like daytime outside, but I saw it like clear as day. Like at the end of my bed, it was like a black figure. It almost looked like a little black, like what I think like a little black devil would look like.
Shit.
And
So it was small?
yeah, well, it was just like standing like at the end of my bed, and it was like pulling on my leg, and in my like I wanted to like yell out like stop it, yeah, that hurts. but I couldn't. I even tried like moving my mouth, but I couldn't wake up yet. I couldn't like shout it out, and it just kept pulling harder and harder. Like it's like you're actually like feeling your body like slip down the bed, like if he's trying to pull me towards him.
Yeah.
And then I finally like woke up, and I yelled out as I woke up, like, "Stop it!" And then it was gone. Like I was actually fully awake now, but like I still felt the pain in my leg, and it freaked me out because because, you know, like growing up, like my parents, or I would hear like when kids, like parents would tell their kids, you better behave or the devil's going to come to you in the middle of the night and pull your feet.
I've heard that one.
And like I remember hearing that before. So I remember just sitting there thinking like, well, fuck, what did I do?
Are you Latina?
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
Hey, we all heard the same shit.
Yes.
You know, the cuckoo's gonna come get you.
I was literally just like laying there thinking back, like, well, okay, like what did I do? Like,
Yeah.
When he was pulling on your legs, did you happen to check after to see if you had any bruising?
Oh, yes.
I think I looked and like it just hurt. I didn't see any like physical stuff. Not that I remember. Maybe there was like a scratch or something, or maybe like a little bruise or something. But honestly, like it was a long time ago. But I just remember feeling the pain in my leg.
Damn, dude.
That's crazy.
So you saw the figure at the end of your bed. What did you do next?
I just kind of like laid there thinking like, did that really happen? Should I tell my mom or should I keep it to myself? I'll just keep it to myself.
That's such a great thing
Yeah.
to bring up, actually, because at that point, it's like, how do I even talk about this? Will they
right?
understand where I'm coming from? What
Yeah.
if they laugh at me, right? It's just, these kind of experiences are kind of...
Yeah, there's certain things that it's just difficult to talk about with literally anybody, much less your parents.
Even back in the day, too.
Especially back in the day. Your parents would be like, yeah, go to bed. You know? Like,
Go back to bed.
yeah, go back to bed.
So it was a small figure, right?
Yeah, it was small. It wasn't, I mean, it was creepy to look at because, like, I've never seen anything like, it was blurry, though. I was half asleep. I think it's called lucid dreaming. I'm not sure.
Ooh.
Like, correct me if I'm wrong.
I love that you brought that
You
up.
better stop it.
But it's like I was creeped out, but I wasn't scared, though. Because, like, a part of me thought, okay, maybe I'm still dreaming. And then another part of me was like, no, it can't be. Like, I can literally, like, feel the pain in my leg. And I know I'm awake.
Yeah.
And I see it right there. It's just I don't know. I guess, like, it was, like, one of those really weird things that happen. And, like, you just kind of brush it off because you don't really want to think about it.
Yeah.
I just want to say how cool it is that you had the power to break out of it and be like, stop it. Right?
Yeah. Like, I literally yell at him, like, stop it.
That's fucking cool.
That's
Yeah.
a really big deal.
Because normally, I mean, from what I've heard in these kind of situations, people can't move or get out of it.
Nope.
Like, they
Yeah.
try so hard, but you were so powerful that you were just literally able
I
to be
told
like,
you were a witch. I told you, girl.
You're protected, apparently.
Right?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Thank you.
But that's something I haven't heard yet. It's like people being able to snap out of it on their own. For the most part, like one of my friends from work, he was actually telling me how he'll try to take a nap at work in his car, and he's worried about not getting up in time to go back to work because he's in sleep paralysis.
Oh, fuck.
Like, it's that bad.
He's like in the astral.
And I don't know, he's trained himself to, like, even with his wife, where I'm not saying.
Oh, I'm sorry. You could edit this out.
Yeah, I'm gonna edit his name
sorry,
out.
sorry.
But he's learned to, like, kind of speak up while he's asleep because he can't really move. So he's just
Yeah.
like, right, like trying to get her attention. So she's actually gotten to be like, oh, what? Hey, wake up, and then
Yeah.
he finally wakes up. So, like, I don't know, like, I've never heard somebody being able to break out of it so freely.
That's really cool.
Very cool.
That's a really big deal.
That's a new one for me.
Thank you.
It's really new. Yeah.
Definitely.
I've visited the astral in my dreams, and I've experienced seeing our friend Sayasha, and I remember the next day I would be like, dude, I saw you and you just kept like laughing. Like, we were just like in darkness, but you were laughing. And she was like, dude, that's crazy. I saw you too, and you kept making me laugh. And I'm like, what? That's crazy. But it's just like, I feel like when you have enough power and when you're gifted like that, like you can make it happen. And I think, I mean, obviously you are gifted, dude. You can like.
Actually, speaking of dreams like that, I had one not too long ago, but this specific time in my dreams. It felt like I was seeing it from two different perspectives. I felt it like if I was still awake but still sleeping. So sleep paralysis, but on myself. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Where I was like,
You were the little demon at the end of the bed.
yeah.
Girl.
But I was like, I was doing this to myself.
Oh, man.
And I felt both sides of it. Like I
That's
felt myself
crazy.
sleeping and me being like, oh shit, this is my body.
That's
Yeah.
pretty dope.
For those of you who can't see me, I'm patting Kat on the
She's
shoulder.
pushing me. I'm like
Yeah.
falling over.
But
I'm just kidding.
I remember doing that recently, and I was like, I woke up and I was like, oh shit, I felt myself from both perspectives.
That's
It was
really cool.
insane. It was really cool.
You're a fucking witch too.
Have you ever experienced anything else like that before? Or was that the only time?
That was the only time.
I don't think I've ever
Experienced it?
experienced like that, like feeling something at the end of my bed or
The only
feeling
time-
something on top of me.
The only time I've actually felt something like that was after we watched that documentary on Netflix. Do you remember that
damn,
one?
that was nuts.
That was on
Netflix.
no,
Hulu?
I keep wanting to say lucid dreaming and astral projection, but
No,
are we talking
sleep
about
paralysis.
sleep paralysis? Thank you. It was a documentary on that,
Yeah.
and I remember like we were so scared from that documentary.
It was weird.
It was weird. It was scary, but I went to bed that night thinking like, okay, whatever, passing out, and then I felt that like creepy vibe kind of come over me.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh God, no. So then I started praying, and I got this really calming feeling after, and I
Yeah.
felt like that prevented it.
It's crazy because some people see sleep paralysis and night terrors as like a negative demonic thing. And then some people see it as like something different. It's just weird.
That's true.
I don't know, dude. But when we confirmed this interview with you, Victoria, we were like, okay, well, we need to dedicate this whole episode to sleep paralysis.
Yeah.
You know? And even though we talked about Pokemon and Powerpuff Girls and Sailor Moon for like an hour.
Important stuff.
Important stuff first.
Adulting.
Adulting, you know. We did post. We were like, dude, well, we need to post this. Like, if we're going to have a whole sleep paralysis episode, we need to post this and see who else has experienced it.
Yeah.
So we
Definitely.
did. So we did on Instagram. And we got a lot of hits. And we chose
4 stories.
4 stories to play right now just to see what's up and see if we can relate to them. I think the first one's from Zach Rabbit, right?
Uh-huh.
From Swine and June Clivis and the Diddy Boys.
That's right. So let's go ahead and play that.
Hey, this is Zach Rabbit Lopez of Swine and June Clivis and the Diddy Boys. I have a quick sleep paralysis story. If you remember my episode, I talked about things tend to be more drawn to you when you're at your lowest. Well, during this time, I was emotionally down. I was having some relationship problems at the time. I remember it was 2 a.m. and I was sleeping downstairs because my Theos were visiting from out of town. I decided to finally try to go to sleep, and that's when it happened. I was frozen, staring up into the air, and this figure or person was floating less than a foot above me. I remember these yellow, almost cat-like eyes and hair freely flowing about. All I could do was stare into her eyes until I tunnel visioned so hard all I could do was see her eyes. I couldn't move, I couldn't say anything or cry out for help. I just stared until I passed out from, exhaustion. I woke up the next morning and felt like everything was fine. I still remember the trance-like feeling, but I haven't seen her or been in a sleep paralysis since then.
All right, Zach. I think his experience was kind of a typical sleep paralysis experience with somebody floating on top of you and holding you down.
I think the
Right?
typical sleep paralysis would be just seeing any kind of shadow people or
Anything.
movement. Yeah.
This one was floating on top of him.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, just like Victoria, there was one at the end of her bed.
At
But-
the end of your bed, but this one was on top of him?
It was floating above him. For the most part, it's shadow people.
Shadow people?
Yeah. That's a common thing here. I don't know. What do you
Zach?
think, Victoria?
I've heard of that before. Like I have a friend who I think one time she told me about her sleep paralysis, that like it felt like being held down, or like she couldn't breathe, or like something wasn't letting her like wake up. It wasn't letting her go. Like she's just being held down on her bed. So I would think that's pretty legit, like having someone just watch over you.
Right?
You know, I like that you bring that up because this next caller, he talks about being held down as well. And his name is Eugene. So we're going to play that for you guys right now.
Being held down.
Yep.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Hello, my name is Eugene Rangel, and this is my sleep paralysis story. So this took place during the summer. I was struggling to sleep that night. I kept tossing and turning, and I had a lot on my mind, and I'm sure the heat didn't help. So I kept coming in and out of sleep. I'd fall asleep for a couple of minutes, and then later on I would wake up. It was so hot, and just like fall asleep again, and it would happen all again, and it'd be like sweating. So it's kind of like I don't know what to do. I'm like, at that point I'm thinking I should probably get up and get something cold to drink, maybe take a cold shower. Like, I don't know if that's gonna wake me up more. And so I'm just laying there, and next to me on the bed I have a floor tile, and I hear footsteps and I hear heels next to my bed. I live alone, so there wasn't anyone I knew. And I just hear, and it kind of like resonates, like there's a bit of an echo, and it's just weird. I'm like, what? Oh, is someone in here with me? Who the hell's in here? And I hear the steps walk around the bed. So once it was next to me, it's walking towards my head. And I'm not sure if I'm dreaming or if this is real. I'm thinking someone broke into my place and is standing right above me. So I kind of, obviously I kind of freak out. I freeze, but I, still freak out. And I'm like, all right, shit, I have to do something. And right when I'm about to get up really fast and it'll be like, all right, it's go time. Like, you picked the wrong house, dude. Let's fucking do this, And I'm about to get up, and I lay my hands flat on the mattress to push myself up and and spring myself up. Push myself up. Right when I'm about to do that, I feel two hands on my shoulders, my shoulder blades, just push down on me really hard, pushing me into the mattress, and I can't get up. So I'm like, I'm pinned down, completely frozen. I have no idea what the hell's going on, and it's clear that these are hands. I feel the indentations on my back, and they're long, skinny, pointy hands. And I'm like, Jesus, is this really happening? Or is this a dream? Because this is so weird. Is this the way I'm gonna go? Like, I don't, and I'm like, no, and I try to, and I fight that, and I'm like, no, I'm not going out like this. And I push myself up, or try, and the harder I try, the stronger the pressure becomes, and it just keeps pushing me down. I just kept falling deeper and deeper into it. So I went through the mattress, and then beyond that point, it was just space, and I just was floating down. So anyway, that was my story. Thank you for listening, and keep listening to Scary Encounters with HazyChaos.
Eugene.
Dude.
That's crazy.
Oh my God.
That's so creepy.
Right?
Dude, long skinny fingers pressing into your back, into the mattress.
He went into the mattress and just
He was face down into the mattress.
Yeah, and he eventually woke up. He didn't get himself out of it.
Like I said earlier, a lot of people see this as their perspectives are negative towards it, and it's demonic. But this next person who wrote in has a different perspective on sleep paralysis, and it took me by surprise, actually. Her name's Ray, and she's actually a medium.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, let's go ahead and hear hers.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ray, and I also host a podcast called The Energy Medium, where I share my supernatural experiences as a psychic medium. I saw that Scary Encounters had an upcoming episode about sleep paralysis on the lovely Sayasha Gianna's Instagram story, and I felt compelled to share my story with you guys. Sleep paralysis, as I've come to learn, is a very common experience, and it's a very sensitive subject. And the reason why it's so sensitive to talk about is because people's experiences with sleep paralysis can be different, but they all have the same underlying theme where it's just an absolutely terrifying experience. My first encounter with sleep paralysis was 11 years ago when my dad died. And I had finished cleaning out all of his items out of his living space. And for about a month straight, I would have sleep paralysis every single night. And I was a devout Christian at the time. So, of course, I had this thought in my head that I had been followed by a demonic entity, or something was trying to get at me or something like that. And of course, I thought that the only resolve to this issue was to bless the room and pray to God that these events would go away. And when they didn't go away, I actually moved my bedroom to the downstairs basement, and that seemingly for some reason stopped all the issues. It wasn't until, again, about 11 years later that I would start to have experiences with sleep paralysis again. And this really changed my perspective on one of the reasons why I strongly believe now that people have sleep paralysis. And I believe that sleep paralysis is actually a signal and an invitation for healing. I say this because my last encounter with sleep paralysis was during a time when I was actually having a very intense and beautiful spiritual awakening. And along with my spiritual awakening came a lot of healing of physical and emotional trauma. And I wasn't consciously aware of it at the time, but I was still holding on to a lot of pain from losing my dad and a lot of unresolved emotions that came along with losing him at a young age when I wasn't ready. And when I started to revisit these emotions again, my sleep paralysis came back. And one morning I woke up and of course I couldn't move my body. I couldn't open my eyes. I could hardly breathe. It felt like there was something putting pressure on my feet all the way up to my chest, to my head. When I finally was able to open my eyes, what I saw was very disturbing. It took me a couple days to revisit this experience again and ask for help and clarity about what it was that I was experiencing during my sleep paralysis. And I suddenly became aware that I was processing yet again very dense energy and dense emotions such as pain, trauma, grief, and sorrow. And when I awoke that morning from sleep paralysis, all of those emotions filled the room because all of those emotions were trying to leave my body. And I was very afraid of those emotions. Those emotions are very scary and they're very heavy. But again, I got through it and I learned that it was a part of the healing process. And I've been so much better since that realization. In fact, I don't have sleep paralysis anymore. I just wanted to share with you guys a quick perspective. I know it's a very different perspective of sleep paralysis, but it has been my experience, and I thought that it would be helpful to those of you who are also going through troubling times and your experiences with sleep paralysis. I truly believe that there is a resolve to sleep paralysis, and I believe it comes with recognizing the underlying message and perhaps even just the underlying situation that you are in and going inward and asking for help and guidance. I want to thank the wonderful hosts at Scary Encounters for having me on to share my story with you guys. If you'd like to know more about my encounters with sleep paralysis and the supernatural, you can find me on Instagram at Energy Medium. Thanks again, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the show.
That was beautiful. You have a
Girl,
beautiful
that
voice,
was.
right? Shout out to Sayasha, for one of our sponsors, for sharing this post about sleep paralysis. No, but Ray, thank you so much for reaching out and sharing your perspective on this. I think it's something different than what any of us have heard before.
It shines a different light.
Yeah, it's a different
on the topic.
light. Yeah. A lot of people wonder why they experience it, and you kind of just explain your perspectives on it. And you also explained that if you need help, reach out.
I
We
love
appreciate that.
I love how hers was so like positive.
It was very positive.
It was very like she saw like the beauty in it.
right?
Exactly.
It's a healing process
Yeah.
for her,
I
which
feel
is
like-
crazy.
Definitely, like everyone experiences it differently.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we're so used to hearing like the scary stuff. You never stop and think about how it can be actually be like a positive thing for some people.
You're right. It's a different perspective I've never heard of before.
Me
It's
neither.
always been kind of negative.
Until I heard her recording right now.
Yeah.
I have never heard a positive perspective of sleep paralysis ever, you
It's
know?
a good way to look at it now, right?
Yeah, it is a good way.
We have one more.
We do have one more.
And this is from Fernando. He's from Staten Island in New York.
This is my experience with sleep paralysis. This was a very, very interesting experience, and it's something that honestly I'll never forget. It happened about 4 years ago, and I remember it was during the summer, and I sit at the edge of my bed, at the foot of my bed, and I'm about to lay back, and I realize that I left the light on. I tell myself I'm just gonna lay back, close my eyes for a moment, just kind of chill, listen to the music, and I'll get up in a few minutes and turn it off before I go to sleep. But I was so exhausted, and I remember I felt myself just dozing off, just drifting away. I remember suddenly feeling a pressure on me, like I was being pinned down, like on my arms and like around my waist. I opened my eyes, and there's a woman on top of me. It's dark in my apartment. The only light on was the light in the bathroom, so it kind of, the apartment had like a dim lighting to it. And I just remember thinking, like, this can't be real. This has to be a dream. And it actually got closer to me. It leaned down and got closer to my face, and that startled me because it got so close to my face that it blocked out the little bit of light that there was in the apartment. And I closed my eyes and said, okay, I must be dreaming. And I just took a really deep breath and opened my eyes again, and she was gone. I immediately just got up and did an entire sweep of the apartment. Everything was locked. I'm really, really good about securing my place, and so there was no way that someone came in while I was asleep, and there was no way someone got out, if they were in. I know what I saw.
Oh, that was creepy, right?
I was like really into it, and then I was like, oh my God, like this one's like totally different.
Yeah, it's definitely more on the horror side.
So we got two perspectives, or several, because we have yours too.
Yeah.
So there's negative and positive. And I'm so grateful for everybody that wrote in, and you, Victoria, because
Thank you.
everybody has their own perspective on sleep paralysis and their own encounters. And sleep paralysis is real too. And I think having someone like you on this episode, who you seem, like everything's just fucking perfect on social media, which you are, but you go through shit too.
Yeah, definitely. Everyone does.
Yeah.
Everyone does. Nobody has like a perfect life or like a perfect, like, nobody just like rolls out of bed, like ready to go, every day. Like we definitely all have our own struggles, and we definitely like all like, go through stuff.
Go through life, right?
Yeah, definitely go through life. And like it really be like the people who you never would have thought have it the hardest, that like they actually do. And I'm not saying that I do, because I don't, but like definitely like you really never know what someone's like going through.
Yeah, there's a lot of different struggles within people, like, and I think one of the famous quotes is like, check on your people that have the biggest smiles are always laughing.
Definitely.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
definitely.
Because you never know what they're going through. And
it's huge.
I never thought my coworker was going through the same things you're going through. And, I just want to take the time to thank you for,
of course.
Yeah, for coming on our platform and talking about it and letting people know that you also go through these things,
Yeah.
So, one quick thing that I do want to bring up, I noticed that like in these different stories, people are talking about how like they're stressed. Did you catch that?
Yeah, or tired, or exhausted.
Extremely. Yeah, that's what I'm catching.
Or like Ray said, she was sad because her dad passed away.
Yeah.
It's always a negative emotion that triggers it.
Which, damn, I could probably get that shit tonight then, because
Girl.
I've been stressed the fuck out. At work.
You know what? You better
Pray for me,
stop.
guys. Pray for me.
Victoria, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you for having me.
this
It was
was-
so much fun. I loved it.
Also,
Yeah.
Mr. Danny Rocket over
and
here.
Danny in the corner.
Yep. For Mr. and Mrs. RockIt.
Mr. and Mrs. RockIt, thank you guys for joining us. Tune in next Thursday for some more scary encounters and chisme. Turn it off.
Oh my god, that was so much fun.
Wasn't it?
I loved it.
This episode of Scary Encounters is brought to you by
Anchor, podcasting made easy. Anchor.fm.
Mortis Vivendi, the last authentic music brand dedicated to helping musicians and promoting music. MortisVivendi.com.
HJ Tidy, Night Terror Publishing. Step into the bizarre world of HJ Tidy, who is committed to introducing his readers to some of the most unusual, darker variety of true stories. NightTerrorPub.com.
Sayasha Gianna, cosmic shaman, psychic medium, multi-dimensional healer, animal whisperer, teacher of empaths, healers, and starseeds. Are your encounters hitting too close to home? Contact Sayasha Gianna. Patreon.com/Sayasha.
Voided, spooky artist who offers hand-painted, one-of-a-kind items, spooky pins, prints, stickers, and more. Lost in a void of what is dead. Voided.com.